Hello, third graders, and welcome to week 2 of our character development unit. You all did a great job with week 1, so I'm very excited to see how we all do and progress through week 2. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the activities that we are going to be doing this week. I'm under the week 2 tab on our site. Here you can see this week's goals, which include making our character attributes voice thread. So last week you read some chapters in your book and you wrote down some attributes, also known as character traits, about one character from your story. And so this week we're going to start off by making our character attributes voice thread. So you should be somewhat familiar with voice thread by now since you completed your Who I Am presentation. And so you're going to find clip art to match your attributes and compile that voice thread, put it all together. You will share that with your discussion group based on which book you are reading by sharing the link with them in that area. After that, we are going to give feedback to one another because I think that's really important that we're encouraging one another and talking about our work. Then we're going to start diving into character's point of view or character perspective. We're going to be talking a little bit about how our perspective might be very different as a reader than it would be as a character that's in the story, and how different characters might have different perspectives. And we're going to compare our perspective as a reader to the perspective of another character in the story based on a specific event or conversation that we read about in our book. And so I will talk a little bit more about that in a bit. And then with that information, we're going to create a Venn diagram that overlaps what we think and what our character thinks, and we'll talk about some similarities as well. So let's go look at each day individually. And so Monday is going to walk you through finding royalty-free images for your character attributes voice thread. Again, I have posted a tutorial there, and I've also posted a short video about how to download clip art from Heartland AEA. And there's your checklist, including your rubric for the voice thread activity. Next, we're going to go ahead and look at Tuesday. Tuesday we're going to be using class time to figure out any issues we might be having with the voice thread presentations and sort of just finish those up. That'll be a great time to ask questions in class. I'm really excited to listen to all of them, and so that'll be our primary task on Tuesday. When we look at Wednesday, we're going to be talking about giving feedback to one another on our voice threads, and then how to pick an event from your story for your Venn diagram. So I know this looks like a lot of text, but it's not anything too overwhelming. It's just going to talk to you about selecting an event from your story. And then there's your checklist for Wednesday as well. Thursday is going to look like a lot of material, but I promise it's just walking you through how to set up your Venn diagram for your activity, and it also has some tutorials as well. And so this is just going to tell you a little bit about Venn diagrams. We have done these in the past, so hopefully this is just a review. And here we're going to talk a little bit about character perspectives and how everyone's is different, and that's okay. I'm going to explain a little bit about how I want you to set up your Venn diagram. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about your options. So I have attached down here at the bottom a template for you to use if you'd like to use Word docs, or you can use the Creately tool, which is an online tool, and I've included a tutorial for that if that is what you're interested in. In addition, I have provided you with an example of what character perspectives Venn diagram so that you have a better idea of the type of information that might be on there based on a scenario of what you think as a reader and what they think as a character. Also, you can access your checklist for this activity if you click here. And then there's your checklist as well. Let me know if you have any questions while you're creating your Venn diagrams. I know it can be very difficult to think about other people's perspectives, so I would be more than happy to help you with that. And then Friday just says to, finish up your Venn diagrams, and we'll be working together in class. We can practice this in class as well. I think that'll be really important to practice thinking about different perspectives. So we will definitely do that. And then here is your Friday checklist as well. So you're going to end with posting your completed Venn diagram to your discussion group by the end of Friday. That's a brief overview of week 2, and I am so excited. Let me know if you have any questions, third graders.